Before you get your products shipped to Amazon, trust me, you want to do this. You don't want to skip this step.
All I want to do is be the best me. All I want to do is be the best me possibly.
What's up, welcome back guys, Brax here, and welcome back to episode 6 of the BNB series, where I'm documenting the launch of my brand new brand on Amazon, my first ever brand. If you want to see that, stick around. In the last video I talked to you guys about sourcing your product, my 10 best tips. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So after sourcing your product, and the last tip in that list was to send an inspection agent to check the shipment before it leaves to Amazon. And that's what this video is going to be about. Why you need to check it, why I get an inspection and why I suggest you do, and how to do it. But first, congrats to the giveaway winner. George says, I don't want to win, I need to win. So congrats on winning, George, and contact me on Facebook to set it up. And if you want to win the next one, I give you guys a chance to win a 1-hour free call with me. All you have to do is click the thumbs up, leave a comment below saying you want to win, and subscribe and click on the bell. Super important to click on the bell. And I'll choose someone randomly in the next video. So why do I send an inspection agent to check my products before going to Amazon, and why you should consider doing that as well? Well, consider this. Let's say you pay $3,000 to $5,000 on your products to be made. They make them in China, they put them in boxes, they send them to Amazon. But you don't send someone to check. They get to Amazon, you start selling, you're happy, you're excited, you get a few reviews, you're excited that you're doing well. But then you get one-star review, and it's saying this product sucks, it came broken, or it came missing a part, or it smells weird. So you go from having 5 stars to, let's say, 4 or even 3 stars. You go from doing 10 sales a day to doing 1 to 2 sales a day. And then guess what? You get another 1 star on your listing. It goes from 3 stars to 2 stars and you get 0 sales. And then you're left with 400 units and you don't know what to do with them. Does that sound like something you want to go through? Not me. So to avoid that, what I do is I send someone in China, not related to my supplier, someone else, to go, and their job is to check my items if they're good, like I said, if they smell bad, or if they're missing something, and all these details. And then I get a report from them with all these details. I approve it, or I go back to talk to the supplier to fix a few things, and then I approve and send the shipment to Amazon, and I can rest and not worry about getting 1-star reviews as much as before. So let's go over my 5 tips on how to get this done. Number 1. So number 1, and that happens early on and it's super important, you ask your supplier before even paying them anything, the 30%, or before even deciding to work with them, you ask them, hey, I plan on sending an inspection agent at the end before shipping the products to go check everything and, do all that stuff. Do you mind? Is that something that can be done? And usually they say yes, but the point of this is in case they're not really a supplier and there's something shady happening, you can catch it early on. So let's say they say something like, no, I'm sorry, you can't come to our factory for whatever reason. That to me is kind of suspicious. Like, why can't we go? Does your factory even exist? And actually my first ever supplier, when I asked them that, they said, oh, no need to send an inspection agent. It's fine, our quality is amazing. And that to me was like, wait, why are you trying to avoid this? Like, is there something weird happening here? And funny enough, when I did send an inspection agent, they found so many defects. I had to replace so many things, but they paid for it. I didn't pay for anything. So that's when I learned I should always ask them if they accept an inspection agent. So with my last shipment, all was good. They accepted it and I barely got any defect. So now tip number 2. This tip is also very important, and I learned this the hard way. Contact an inspection agent 1 to 2 weeks before production is done. So let's say your supplier said it's going to be done by the end of the month. Start contacting your agent by the 15th of the month. Why? Because just like communication time, sometimes it takes more than expected. And by the time that you pay them and that they send someone, it might be, a week or 2 wasted. And that's what happened the first time I contacted them too late. It's not the end of the world, but it's just time wasted. And what you want to ask them here is, do you have someone in the address of your supplier? So of course, ask your supplier for their address. And do you have someone for that date available? They usually have someone in a lot of places in China, in a lot of the big popular places. And if you ask them in advance, they usually have someone ready. Tip number 3. So once you've scheduled a date and once they know that they need to go check your products, you need to give them all the details that you want them to check. They'll send you like a document to fill out with the information that they need, and that's where you send them all the details, all the bullet points of what you want them to check. And obviously they need a point of reference. So you either send them photos of your products and all your parts in the product, including insert cards, box design, and all that stuff. Or you can send them a physical sample if you already have one. I've never sent them a sample, I just send them pictures. And then you write down every single detail to check. So you're gonna send them your FN SKU, and that's the barcode that Amazon gives you. They're gonna scan your boxes and see if it matches this. So it's very important to send them that. And it's just a copy that you put in your Word document. You're gonna send them PDFs of your insert cards, PDFs of your box designs. You're gonna mention to check if all the writing is there, if all the colors are correct, and if the design itself, you know, is the same as the pictures. And you're gonna send them details of all the parts that are included inside the box to check that they're all there. So this is what to check. Now, you send them also details of what to test. Like I said before, maybe you wanna test if it smells bad or weird. You write that down. Maybe you need to do drop tests. Throw the product, stretch the product, twist the product. Depending on your product and how many moving parts it has, include everything that you want them to test. And of course, measuring the products, but they never forget to measure. They measure every single thing. It's crazy. Like even the length of the FNSKU barcode, they measure that. So now number 4. Number 4 is you pay them and then you hope for the best. Well, you just wait for the report and then you fix things if they need to be fixed. But you pay them, I usually pay them through PayPal. It's the quickest and easiest. And on average, what I've seen is it's around $100 to $110 per day of them sending someone to do it. And depending on how many units you're checking, like I said, in the past, I've checked a full shipment, but with this one, I just checked a sample of the full shipment because it doesn't have as much room for error as the other one does. So depending on how many units they're checking, they're gonna say it's gonna take either a day or two. Most of the time, it's gonna take 1 day and it's gonna cost you around $100, which in my opinion is nothing compared to what could happen if you don't check your product. So you pay them and then a few days later, they inspect everything. They go in the morning, which is night for you, and then they send you the report by the time that you wake up. So it barely takes 1 day to get it done. So now the final step. So like I said, it takes less than a day to get it done once they are there. And then they send you the report immediately. You check the report. The report is usually like 20 to 30 pages. So much details. I'll show you some examples of details that they put. So you review everything. And a pretty cool tip that I want to give you here is I actually look at the measurements that they have in that report to use them in the listing. Because in your listing, sometimes they ask you for weird measurements of length and widths of different things, and in the report they give you measurements of everything. So I used that on my listing, and like the weight of the box, the weight without the box, you'll see when you create the listing. And then the most important thing, you check how many defects there are, and usually they rank them by critical defect, major defect, and minor defect. If you have a few minor ones, that's fine. I mean, depending on the product, they show you each defect and they show you arrows to where the defect is. So use your judgment whether you want to let it go or you want them replaced. And if you want them replaced, talk to your supplier, and if not, then you're good. You ship your products to Amazon and you hope for the best to make as much money as possible and then retire and go live on a beach in Bali. No, it's not that easy. So that's it for my tips. I hope you liked them. And if you did, please leave a thumbs up on this video. And in the next one, I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I spent, I think, over $4,000. I might be wrong, but around $4,000 on sourcing my last product, which is the BNB product that I'm documenting here. And I'm going to break down all the details. This time I spent more than other times, mainly because I'm branding this one more than others. You'll see in that video. So if you want to see that, please subscribe and click on the bell, because clicking on the bell is the only way that you'll get notified when I post. So thanks if you do, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Quick announcement for you guys, my battery's about to die. You haven't seen me in this room for a while, but if any of you guys are looking to buy an Amazon FBA course, actively looking, then Matt Loberstein, the course that I took and that's helped me so much in my journey, he's doing a Black Friday sale that ends this Monday. It's $300 off, which is honestly, it's very much worth it. As you know, if you buy through my link, as usual, you get 3 free calls with me. But this time, the first 5 people that buy it before the sale ends will get 5 hours of free calls with me, which at this point is pretty much like mentorship. So if you want to get it, it's in the link in the description below. And if you do get it, let me know so that I check if you're one of the 5 people. Now, go watch one of these videos. Peace.